All right. So you mentioned simple spaces when we were talking about clustering. So does that mean that we should not make our homes, we should have structures in our homes that don't encourage hoarding? Because when you have spaces in different parts of the house, you say, oh, okay, I'll keep it here. Before you know it, that space becomes a kind of pantry that you keep obsolete or things you don't need. So how do we really keep it simple?
I'm going to go like I always say, if you don't have it, you can give it. Yeah. It's a simple rule in my house. 2 new clothes come in, 2 leave your wardrobe immediately.
Wow.
Knows. So the moment the tailor is bringing his clothes, he will rather he will help me remove the one he wants to. If not, it's the one he still loves
that you take out.
Because there's no way we have a wardrobe. So the moment is filled up, there's no need for us to start keeping things on the floor in the bedroom. So that's what the same thing with my children's book. I keep a set after you, in case you need to refer, or at worst 2. The moment you are in a new class, the last 2, 3 sets must leave the house. If not, you will just notice a lot of things are being kept.
But sometimes it can be for old time's sakes now.
Storybooks. I'm talking about notebooks. Why are you keeping most of those things? Okay. Oh, you want to show the child that this is the way you write in basic 1.
I used to come first. And I used to get 10-10.
And the child is going into university now. What do you still want to keep those things for? And it's not, people think cluster is about properties. It's not. As in gadgets. It's not. Sometimes paper clusters. Oh, you go into people's home. You see, okay, let me do this as a joke. When we're getting married, and my father-in-law was trying to look for the sample of pamphlets we're going to use. And he went to bring 1979, 80 something. I was shocked. While everything was what? Black and white. I said, even now, nobody is doing things like this. I said, maybe you can take samples from me.
Maybe you can get ideas.
Ideas. And those ideas were actually what?
Obsolete.
Because they've gone. It's just like you're still keeping our TV set that we're using when we are in secondary primary school, that our parents will put it together like a cupboard and chain. But you're still keeping your nightel line. So there's some things you can't keep again. Or you can keep because of history, just for them to see. But not that when you have like 2, 3, 4 TVs, then you now keep the 4 of them. For what? What are you using them for? So things are evolving, and we must evolve with things.
We must evolve. We must evolve. Now, ma'am, tell us a little bit about home organizing.
Beautiful. I love it. It's something that, because it says it all about you as an individual, as a mother in the house, then as a family. It shows your value. What do you place your value on? Like I said to everybody, I may not have so much, but like I said to everybody, I have so much in my kitchen. Food stuff is a key for me. I may not be able to have 2, 3, 4 blenders, because even when you have the blenders and you don't have what to blend in the blender,
it's useless.
It's useless. So for me, making your space simple, it's very easy. You follow the principle, and what are the principles you're going to follow? You're going to follow the simplicity principle. And what are the simplicity principles? You look at the first one. What are the things we need now? What are the things we need during season? You know, some things are seasonal.
Yes.
You don't need them. Like our cardigans, we may not need them. But it does not mean, that's why we said, if you keep something for 6 months, if you're not using it at all, within that 6 months, you give it out. Oh, maybe, during Harmattan, you need your cardigan. During raining period, you need your cardigan. So, you know, it's going to be seasonal. So there are some things, same thing with our umbrellas. We need them during a particular period. Do we get it? So we look at it into those simplicity. How do you store those things? So the ones that are everyday use, you move them closer, where you can keep things like that. You make sure they are on the outer part. The one that are seasonal, you keep them behind. So when is their season time, you bring them to the front to put them with the ones that are everyday use. Some things are everyday use. In your store now, your toiletries must be everyday.
Yes.
Oh, the tissue is no more in our bedroom. Okay, and you keep them where, get soap, paste, and all those things. So, and you put them where everybody can have access to it. Including the children in the house. Because maybe doing something fantastic. Maybe you're frying. Oh, mommy, in the morning, you're frying. You're preparing them to go to school. As you're frying, if you're not careful, and that's where accidents happen that we don't foresee. Oh, mommy, I'm pulling. Please, I need
tissue.
If it's where they cannot access, then you have to leave what you're doing. And maybe you don't want it to get burnt. You want to answer them. But if it's where it's accessible, they can
get it himself.
Yes. And overnight, then prepare ahead. Like I say to them in the house, we work like Boy Scouts.
Be prepared.
That's it. That's the motto. And it makes life very simple. You don't have to wait till it gets, like I say to them at home, even with my husband, we don't have to wait till that morning. The moment you're having your bath today, and this is the last one, you can easily take the new one. Just put it in the bedroom. Nearby. That's just it. You sort it out in case in the morning you're rushing.
Yeah.
But sometimes maybe you wake up late and you need to rush. But because you have put it there, it's just for you to open and then use it.
That's it.
And you understand. So if you're going to get it organized, then you have to have different things for, like my house now. There's a particular basket for things that we don't need immediately. We don't put there. Oh, we know this is seasonal. So when we have the time, maybe one weekend, we can put it where they need to be. But things are everyday. And when you pick it, you do what? Put it back. It's simple. I remember when my children, my neighbors will always say, there's always, every time you put something in the house, they know it. In the fridge, when you take water, refill it.
You refill it for the next person.
You will get it.
Yeah.
Oh, when you pick this, put it back. When you pour it on the floor, what do? You clean it up.
Yeah.
And that's just it. But for some, and they don't clean it up, then the next person step into the water, then there is accident falling on the tiles, and the person hits
the head.
And before you know it, you spend what you are not supposed to be spending.
Yeah.
And when you organize all these things and you put them according to the way they will be useful in the house, then you notice even the family finance will be key for you, because you'll be able to manage it.
Yes.
And you'll be able to budget together. You'll be able to because you'll be able to put your things in order and say, oh, this one is going to finish. I don't do impulse buying. I don't do impulse buying. The
you
other time
spend more when you do impulse buying.
When you said they will sell you buy one and
get one free.
Sometimes it's impulse. There's no wisdom sometimes. Not all time. Sometimes we get it right. But most of the time we get it wrong. Because they know it. That's what they want to use to capture. Sometimes you're not careful. The money for the second one is being paid. But because you've heard what?
Free.
Buy one, get one free. You dabble into it. By the time you sit back, you will notice that no.
It wasn't worth it.
It does not really worth it.
So let's bring budget into it.